Hi Flutes, this is Mr. Pesky and I'm going to give you a quick overview of the lesson that we covered today. The goal was to be able to play hot cross buns, and so to do that we're going to review a few concepts on page 1 first of all. The first thing you want to be able to do is make sure that you can play these notes at the top of the page. The first note is D, the second note is C, the third note is B flat. As you go through this video, stop it, replay it as much as you need, play along with it so that you're able to understand what we're doing. I'm going to go quickly so you don't have to sit and wait, but you need to stop it and re-watch it. This is a D. D, you remember, is your thumb in the back, second and third finger, 1, 2, 3 fingers of the right hand with pinky here. Remember that the flute, you start with it kind of vertical and you bring it off to the side. Pointer finger is not going to be used on this note, and no pinkies either. D sounds like this. C is only your pointer finger and the pinky. There's no thumb in the back. And the flute, as you can see, is resting on my finger. B flat, I'm going to add the thumb and I'm going to add the pointer finger. Make sure that you have a nice small opening here that you're blowing through. You can see how that's working right there. I keep the corners of my mouth pulled back here nice and I'm blowing nice and straight through the hole. To play more than one note in a row, I'm going to go like a T. Just keep my air blowing. If I want to practice moving from one note to the next, that's one of the important things to do. D, C, B flat. A lot of flutes have trouble because they're not used to feeling that. Make sure that you're getting used to what does it feel like to change from one note to the next to the next. So let's try that. In measure 4, we're going to change D to C to B flat. Measure 5, we're going to go B flat to C to D. Here's measure 4. Measure 5, we go up. If your D's not coming out clear, double check that your fingers are exactly in the right place, just like that. The next line down, we have a rhythm line. It's going to go like this. Ta, 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 rest, rest, ta, 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 ta. We're going to play that on each of those notes. Let's try it on D. You should be playing along with me. Here's it on C. And B flat. Now to play hot cross buns, we have to understand the counting for the notes, we have to know how to say the names of the notes, and we have to be able to get the fingers on the notes before we can be able to play it. So the counting, you can go through by just saying the song to yourself. Hot cross buns, 2 counts on each note. Hot cross buns, rest, rest, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Next, we need to say the names of the notes. So you're going to point in your music and say it with me. D, C, B flat, D, C, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, C, 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 D, C, B flat. You do that a few times until you're really comfortable with how each of those notes is named. The next thing we're going to do is finger those notes. So when we finger the D, we're going to put our fingers on D, we'll say D, and then we'll say C, and we move our fingers immediately to C. Then we move our fingers immediately to B flat. This is where a lot of flutes have trouble at the beginning because they're not comfortable changing from one note to the next. Notice how close my fingers are staying to these keys. So when I go from D to C, my fingers move. Notice that I'm not moving my fingers sideways. I don't go D, C, and move my whole hand. My fingers are already there. I'm just moving them up and down in a very small, fluid motion. So now we're going to say those notes and move our fingers. D, C, B flat, D, C, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, C, 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 D, C, B flat. You're probably going to have to spend a lot of time practicing just those movements. You're not going to be able to play the song until you can move your fingers and change the notes like that. Once you get those movements comfortable, though, you'll be able to play the song. So practice that, each of those steps, the counting, saying the notes, the finger movements, and then putting it all together into playing the song, and you'll be able to have the song for next week.